So another meal that is a comfort food this time of year but Slimming friendly is spaghetti bolognese, and the kids will have garlic bread. If I had sins, then I would sim my garlic bread, and obviously I have my cheese allowance on the top. So but this is a lazy way of doing it. So I've got frozen onions in there. I'm going to throw a couple of frozen peppers in. Oops. Whoops. Is that the whole bag? Oh well, we'll have the whole bag. Wasn't intending on that many. I'm going to cook those down a little bit, and then I've got some frozen beef steak which you can have on Slimming World, and in my microwave is a homemade tomato sauce that I've made. So in a big pan, every so often when I've got loads of veg at the bottom of the fridge that I want to get rid of and not throw out, I will make a really big pan with all that veg in it, and you don't have to like finely chop it, just rough chunks. In it goes with a couple of tins of tomato and a thing of passata, and I boil it down, blend it all down. I leave it quite thick, blend it down, and then add like garlic, salt, pepper, stock cubes, those kind of things, and make a basic tomato sauce and then bag it. And then in each bag I know it'll do like me and the kids, and maybe an extra portion so that there's one in the fridge for the next day. So I'm just going to cook these down, and then I will add in the... Oh, it's steaming my camera. I'll add in the mince. So I've added the mince and cooked that down. My sauce is now defrosted. I think there's a little bit of a chunk in there, but that will cook down in the pan. So I'm going to pour this in here. I've never really used frozen mince. It's not one that I'm normally one for, but I thought this is a quick meal and it's less work for me and still Slimming World friendly. So I'm going to give this a good stir, and then I'm going to let it cook down and simmer for about 20 minutes, and then I'll put the pasta on. Again, I might add some more herbs and spices on once it's like cooked down and stuff. I always like cook down before I add things because because my homemade sauce has already got them in. I just don't know whether it needs a little bit more in there or not. So yeah, yum yum. The lighting in here is really bad at this time of night, but it's looking very curry-like on camera, but it's very red in real life. It shows how washed out my camera can be. So I've got the pasta on and the garlic bread in, because they take roughly the same amount of time. In here I have added a tin of beans, some garlic powder, mixed herbs, on oregano, and a beef stock cube. I think the sauce, I think I remember now I didn't heavily do the sauce with like stock so that I could make it into different things. But yeah, this looks yum 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 in my tum. That's it, dinner is served. It is so easy, and there's hardly anything like strenuous to do, so very simple, very quick. Yeah, they're your garlic breads and your spaghetti. Well, actually we've got linguine because of Alfie picked linguine up, but yum yum. So that's an easy meal ready to go. So the lighting's a bit pants, so I'm sorry, but it's about 6 o'clock now, so I'm going to make Slimming World Fanta chicken or sweet and sour, and I will show you everything you need in a moment. And I think this one is a really easy but really tasty. Good boy. In a minute. Purely because everything's rough chopped, so you don't really have to be that precise, and it's not a lot of chopping. So I'll show you what you need first, and it is really simple. So these are the ingredients you need: either passata or tin tomatoes, a tin of tin tomatoes. You need a can's worth, so 330 mils ish of diet fizzy orange pop. You need a tablespoon of vinegar. I like to add a bit of salt and pepper, 1 stock cube, chicken, and then peppers and onions. I like to not grate, I'll show you in a minute what I do with these. I add carrots, and I'm going to add a leek as well. Sometimes I will have just veg and no chicken, so I'll add things in like mushrooms and celery and all sorts of bits of like harder veg. And basically you kind of throw it all in a pan and cook it and cook it and cook it and cook it, because it takes about 25 minutes for this sauce to thicken. But once it does, it's sweet and sticky. It is. I've had people say it's amazing. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to get these chopped. I'm trying to find my little tripod, but I can't seem to find it. So I've moved it here. I'm hoping the light's a little bit better, but we'll see. So it is literally rough chopping. It doesn't need to be neat and fancy. It's one top tip is a better knife is so much easier to chop with. It takes half the work out of it. You could serve this with chips, cinnamon roll chips. You could serve it with rice. You could do jacket potato. I sometimes just have it with extra veg. I like it with carrot and swede, mashed carrot and swede, because that's a sweet like veg. But this definitely does like cure my sweet craving. I do like it when my hands don't want to work properly, because if it is like not fine chopping, it is literally just, look, I've chopped both those peppers completely differently. Onion. Ooh. Cut both ends off and then peel the skin. I'm in a lot of pain tonight, it's rubbish. But I need some proper food and the chicken needs eating, so I'm having to make food. Because I'm not putting the chicken in the bin. And I will freeze this as well. I don't know if I've actually frozen this before, but I'm going to make a normal size portion and I won't eat all that. So again, I just do the same with the onions, rough cut. It's like we get the takeaway. Theirs is all chunky veg. You can do this finer if you think your kids may eat it, if it's a finer veg. What I'll do is I will, like, sometimes I only add carrots really if my hands will work, but we'll go with it today so I can show you guys. So just give them a peel to get rid of the outer skin. And then literally with your peeler, these are the best peelers for me. Just go down your carrot, like along it all the time. That way they're really thin and they cook really fast. Chicken in the pan first, if that's what you like to do. I don't bother, because if it stews down for half an hour, there's no real need. Add the passata. Ooh. I'm making a massive portion, so just because I'm using that chicken up. You can kind of make the size you want. The sauce will thicken down however much sauce you make. So if you want more sauce than veg and chicken, you can do that. I'm just going to roughly gauge this. I kind of normally fill the pan because I'm making a big portion. So I've got, it's about a tablespoon is a who puts these on tight? Tablespoon of vinegar, which is your sour. Then I always add a little bit of mustard powder. I like mustard powder in like most of my cookings. I always sprinkle it in everything. Ooh. A stock cube, a crumbled stock cube. Oh my god, I can't even open it. That's how much strength I've got. Salt and pepper. Now, people add chili flakes. I don't really like chili, so I add paprika instead. But it's up to you. Oi. I would make the basic recipe. I will tag it down below in the comments, and then you can kind of experiment a little bit with Well, that was a good mincer, isn't it? In fact, I don't even know if I haven't got energy to do fresh garlic. Where's the powder? I don't think you'd be able to do this in the slow cooker. You could definitely cook it down in the slow cooker. If you was to, I would, before you put your lid on the top, just add a tea towel that's like taut if you would, and then it will catch extra moisture. Because that's the only things with slow cookers is they add extra moisture in. And literally, that is it. You literally, but it now will take about 25 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, because there is quite a lot here. So I'm going to set the timer on my phone and we shall see how long this takes to cook down. So this is at about 15 minutes in on a high heat, on the highest heat. So seriously, don't worry if it's still watery at this point, it will thicken and get sticky. So it cooked down probably in about 25 minutes, but it didn't taste quite right. Now normally I don't use passata, I actually use normally like the tomato base that I normally make myself with the pan and loads of veg that I boil down and just blend. So I had to add some more orange into it because obviously it was very tomatoey, and a little bit more vinegar, and I cooked it for another further 10 minutes. It's all sticky, but I do like to keep some sauce. But can you see how thick that is compared to like the water it was before? Because I do like to weigh out a portion of prawn crackers for the amount of tins I've got left probably for the day, and have that with it as well. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Alfie will actually eat this. So I think I might do this for tea for me and him tomorrow as well, seeing as Dylan is out with my dad.